Hi guys, and welcome to another batch of your replays, and we are featuring welshborris and Neil on Travels again. They sent me in a lot of replays a long time ago, and I know they featured on the channel quite recently, but I'm working through the backlog of videos and the backlog of replays you guys have sent in. So if you have sent me in a replay, I will get to it eventually. But I did look, I have, again, as per usual, with this latest batch of videos I'm recording, I am just going into them live. I have not seen these games. I have looked at the end plates and decided, wow, that game looked interesting, and I am recording as I'm watching it for the first time. So we are here on Severgorsk. It's a 43%er. welshborris is in his IS-3. Both replays today are in Russian tanks, so it's, yeah, he's top tier. It's a pretty close game. I mean, 43%er may not look fantastic, but it basically means it's a pretty close game. And when you're in top tier, even in a 40%er, you can have a big impact on what happens. Now, this is a 9.1 replay. I'm still going through so many older replays. And it's not looking so good. I'm looking at the mini-map and I'm seeing that basically there's only an ISU-152 and welshborris here in his IS-3. So only 2 tanks came up to defend the 2-3 lines. And Welsh is in a really strong position here, actually. Now, it's a strong position for a hull-down tank, but the roof of the IS-3 is quite weak. So if the enemy tanks know what they're doing, they're going to be trying to hit him in the turret roof, not waiting for him to poke around the corner. He fortunately misses a shot on an AMX. Again, he's going for snapshots. He bounces a 131. Ooh, and that AMX 1375 just got ISU'd. So Tiger advancing. There's Welsh's second shot in. So he's just poking lots of enemy tanks ahead of them, just 2 tanks defending this flank, and again taking a snapshot, misses, bounces the Tiger. I think these guys are trying to aim at his tracks as he pokes the corner as opposed to trying to shoot him in the turret roof. He's taking lots of bounces. He's bounced 8 shots so far, but takes out the T-25-2. ISU looks as if, yeah, ISU took out the Tiger. Okay, so he's taken his first hit. Super Pershing. He does track the Super Pershing. Gets a nice shot in. Super Pershing uses a repair kit. And his ISU is being really brave. ISU is pushing up. No RT in this game. Nice shot through the front of the Super Pershing. And they're in danger of being flanked, but there are 3 tanks back there to deal with the enemy ISU. So Welsh is just looking for shots. And he knows where to aim. He goes for that weak strip on top above the spaced armor on the Super Pershing. He's reduced the Super Pershing to a 1-hit kill if he can get a high roll. He's up to 2.3k damage. So the 2 tanks that came up here, the ISU and Welsh, have done very well. We're basically up here alone, and they've seen off most of the tanks in front of them. They've reduced the AMX and the Super Pershing to 1-hit kills. Super Pershing still here. Welsh is going for that weak spot, and unfortunately bounces. May have hit the spaced armor, but he did try and go for the weak spot. Welsh has taken a lot of potential damage here. He's bounced, or he's taken 12 shots. Only 1 has actually done any damage. Welsh has decided to go on the attack. Not much to aim at. Unfortunately misses. Angles. AMX 1375 is bouncing. And Welsh doesn't reload in time to take out the AMX. He is going for the Super Pershing. He does roll high. 380 or 384 damage. kills the Super Pershing for kill number 2. He's up to 2.7k damage, just as AMX. Where did the AMX go? So we know there was a T-34 down here as well. And the T-34 is still here. And Welsh goes for a shot. Could have gone for the track shot on him. Or may have tried and missed. But he's advancing. And the T-34 is turned around. So for a 47 or 43%er, this is still a 50-50 game. A beautiful shot. He tracks the T-34 in place. T-34 misses. Looks as if the T-34 is a decent repair crew. And some nice angling. He gets another shot into the T-34, tracks him in place, angles, T-34 bounces, and he gets another shot in. So just the Waffentrager down here, the Borsig, takes him out for kill number 3. He's up to 4.2k damage, Type 59 camping at the back. I want a Type 59. It always pains me when I see a Type 59 being driven so badly. Whoa, big high roll, 418 damage through the front of the Type 59. Now Welsh has only got HE ammo left. I think that's HE. Got 11 rounds of HE. Yep. He's run out of AP. He's not sure if he was firing any APCR, but he's down to 11 rounds. A lot of HE carried on his IS-3 for some reason. Only one enemy tank left at 1375 who was on the 2-3 lines. Where is that little bugger gone? There's a chance he could be camping up in the corner of the map around K2. Waiting maybe for the enemy team to cap and then try and decap. Get some defender points. Looks like Welsh isn't going to go hunting him down. He's going for the cap. There's only basically about 140 hit points left on the field. That AMX was on very low health. Hardly worth trying to chase him down. So he's going for the cap. And it's been a really good game. So, how did AMX 1375 somehow manage to get north without being spotted? But they're capping out, 7 seconds left. Welsh has done 4,700 damage and 3 kills. So a really, really nice display of hold down tanking and defending a flank. The Welsh was the only tank there along with an ISU-152. And they dealt with about 6 enemy tanks before advancing. It was an ace tanker, and Welsh picked up a steel wall, which is something you don't see very often in an IS-3. He also picked up high caliber. He finished top on XP with 1641. Nice high XP game, especially as he was top tier. 4,681 damage, let's call it 4.7k damage, and 3 kills. He fired 17. Taking a lot of snapshots caused him to miss a few shots, but he probably didn't want to expose his tank too long. He hit 13, pen 12. He spotted 2, damaged 6, destroyed 3, did 1,453 assistance damage. A lot of that was down to the fact he was tracking tanks when he was shooting. Always a good habit to get into. 56 base capture points. He earned almost 60,000 credits on a premium account for that game. 2,461 XP on a ×2 first game of the day. Left him on 4,922. Really, really nice example of how the armor on the IS-3 can actually work, especially when enemy tanks don't know to shoot you on the turret roof. Thanks for sending it in, Welsh. Moving on, we've got another game from Nealon Travels, and she's in the Object 140 this time, the Tier 10 Russian medium tank. And again, I haven't seen this game before, I'm just recording live, but what really impressed me in the final score results was the amount of assistance damage Nealon was able to do. It's quite a high damage game, but the assistance damage was remarkably high. It looks to be an assault game on Sand River. Nealon is defending, and she's gotten her first spot. tracks an STB-1. Really unfortunate not to pen him. She does get spotted, and no enemy tanks return fire. Maybe she was under the gun line. Maybe the STB-1 didn't have gun depression. But she's spotted some enemy tanks in the middle. Still spotting enemy tanks in the middle. Gets a nice shot onto a dangerous T-57 Heavy. So lots and lots of spots in the middle. Lots and lots of potential targets. Object 140 has better gun depression and has the most gun depression of all the tier 10 Russian medium tanks. Nealon is making use of that depression. Bounces on the turret. Difficult shot in the T-57 Heavy. Not a lot to aim at, but does bounce. So Nealon has, yeah, quite a bit of support. There are 3 TDs and an ST-1 over here with her. Goes for a shot on the VK4502B. Now this is a 9.0 replay, so the VK, I'm not quite sure when it got its buff. So maybe that shot wouldn't have gone in normally, or as the game is now. So Nealon is just working this ridge line, looking for spots. This must be how she got all her assistance damage. She's just spotting these tanks, trying to roll into cap. Advancing, looking for shots. Leopard PTA in the distance. Nice shot. Yeah, she's getting lots of spots. And she's got a Waffentrager backing her up as well. So enemy tanks are losing a lot of health. Oh, she's still spotted. Waffentrager E100 puts a big shot in. Bounces the second shot. That's the first damage Nealon has taken. So she is getting spotted. Oh, I've just realized no arty in this game, so she doesn't have to worry about moving. Tries for a turret shot in the STB. And again, trying to get those shots. She does have backup. Although it looks as if the ST-1 has fallen back. Just looking for... There's a 183, a Jagdpanzer E100 and an ST-1, but they've all retreated into the corner. Nealon still working here, finally gets a shot into the turret of the STB-1. Lots of dangerous tier 10 TDs on the enemy team. And there's an IS-8 who has moved up aggressively behind her along with an E-50. Don't know whether she's noticed them on the minimap yet. She's still focused on the tanks in front of her. STB-1 really wants Nealon, continuing to poke, and it costs him his life. Waffentrager E100 backup. So VK showing his side. There's Nealon's first kill. She's up to 2k damage, but no idea how much assistance damage she's done yet. So now she can start poking the ridge, looking for spots again. And she spots a T-30. So tracks the T-30, is quite unlucky not to do any damage. Goes for a blind shot. I'm sure that shot went in. And she spotted a Leopard PTA who's getting annihilated. There goes the Leopard PTA. That's more assistance damage for Nealon. So, haven't seen the T-57 Heavy in quite some time. IS-8's moved up below her. Waffentrager's on the ridge. Still a lot of dangerous tanks. And now the problem is Nealon can't poke this ridge, not while the IS-8 is proxy spotting her. So she's hanging back. Don't have XVM on that 9.0 unfortunately, so no idea what the win chances were like, or even what the quality of the opposition are like. Nealon is just trying to poke. She's trying to get spots, and someone has spotted her. She wasn't able to detect anyone, but she has been spotted. And it's still a pretty even game. It's 5-4. Lots of dangerous tanks left on the enemy team, and IS-7 is flanking. And in chat, IS-8 saying 4 minutes left of this game. Now, I don't play Assault, so maybe when I see games like this, sometimes I think maybe I should turn Assault back on. 10 minutes doesn't really give you a lot of time to work. So we know that there's a Jagdpanzer E-100, we know that there's a Waffenträger E-100, a T-30, a T-57, an IS-7 and an IS-8 around here. Nealon is ignoring the tanks behind her. She's looking for shots, and she's poked. Her instincts were correct. She pokes. Look at all those spots. She gets the T-57, Waffenträger and Jagdpanzer E-100 all spotted. IS-8 and IS-7 moving up behind her. This is going to get tricky, especially if these tanks go on the attack. She's asking for help in chat. Unfortunately, her teammates have gone down. She only has an FV-215B-183 backing her up now. She goes for the easy kill on the IS-8. That's one more gun out of the game. That's her second kill, 2.2k damage. Looking for shots. Waffenträger in the distance goes for a snapshot. Nice high roll, 340 damage. Going for a second one, and unfortunately hits the ridge. So if the enemy had rushed, if those three tanks had pushed up with the Jagdpanzer E-100 and the IS-7 and IS-8 had come around at the same time, it would have been a different story. She's just bounced the T-57 Heavy and the Waffenträger E-100. Does get a shot into the T-30, leaves him on low health. She's trolling in chat. Tick tick. Only 1.5 minutes left of this game. IS-7 has flanked. Nealon finally realizes, and she bounces, she turns, she angles, she tracks the IS-7. She needs to go on the attack. Tracks the IS-7 again. A little bit unfortunate not to hit his lower glacis. Takes another big hit, but she's circling. She's auto-aiming, gets a nice shot in. She switched up to the premium ammo for this IS-7. She's gotten 2 shots in. 3 shots in. Is the IS-7 going to get another shot in? Waffenträger in the distance. She's using the IS-7 as a shield. Really, really nice kill on that IS-7. 1,129 damage. So she's ignoring the Waffenträger that was spotted behind her. She's moving up to get more spots. Moving up to do more damage. Using the gun depression. Using this ridge. Looking for kills. Unfortunately doesn't roll high enough to kill the Waffenträger E-100. And he dies before she can get another shot in. Only 20 seconds left of this game. Looking for that final damage. And it looks as if her spot on the Waffenträger E-100 just got her another bunch of assistance damage. Just one tank left on the enemy team. He goes down with 4 seconds left on the clock. So some really, really nice defending on Assault on Sand River, a map I have not played in a long, long time, but it was an ace tanker for Nealon. She also picked up Confederate. She finished with 1374, which again, nice XP total considering she was top tier. 4,500, almost 4.6k damage and 3 kills. But this is what impressed me when I was looking at the score sheets before deciding to record this replay. She did 6,270 assistance damage. A lot of it was down to some nicely aimed track shots, but mainly it was spotting damage. 27 shots fired, 21 hits, 20 penetrations, a nice amount of damage. The armor, when you can go hull down on the 140, can be trolled. She took 7 hits, bounced 5, and these were tier 10 tanks that were shooting at her. She bounced a couple of Waffentrager E100 shots, she bounced a couple of T57 shots. So really nice performance from the armor. She spotted 5, damaged 9, destroyed 3. She earned 51,000 credits for that game. It wasn't the first game of the day, but 2,061 XP with a premium account. Really nice example of defensive work in a medium tank when you have a little bit of gun depression and decent turret armor on Sand River Assault. So once again, I'm trying to catch up on replays you guys have sent in to me. I want to thank Welsh and I want to thank Neilon for sending those in. Sorry it's taken me so long to get around to them. Really nice games. I hope you guys at home enjoyed watching them, and I'll see you next time.